Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Samantha and I'm just a girl who loves to draw. So today I took this picture of my cat and I thought he looked so silly. Like his little foot was covering his face. You basically just see his butt and it looks he looks ridiculous, but I love him. So this is my cat Danny Boy, and I don't really paint or draw cats a lot, and it is something I want to get better at, which is why I am, doing this. This is something for me. My cat looked cute. I wanted a picture of him as a painting. Also, don't mind the timestamp. I know it's wrong. It's been wrong in all of my videos since I got this new camera because I'm a lazy POS and haven't gone to my settings to edit it. Right now I'm going in and doing a more refined sketch of Danny Boy. I realized that the way I was drawing him, his eye and leg, like the proportions were wrong. And here I am figuring it out. Like, I'm just trying to identify shapes. I'm moving things around. I'm trying to figure out where things should go versus where they do go in the picture. Having this reference on the side was very helpful. Also, I filmed over my shoulders so you guys could see my hand in action. And yes, I know, I'm very much so a chicken scratch sketch kind of girly. So here I still didn't get my proportions right because if you look at the picture, his tuft of hair, like the back of his head, goes beyond that ear. And I do eventually figure that out. I will go back and fix it. I think I did like 3 sketches on this one and then a line art layer. So, it really is all about just getting the silhouette right. And I am really happy with the way this piece turned out. Also, my cat has an extremely long tail. Like, that's a side note, but his tail is really long. And for Christmas, I got a kitten. He's literally so cute, but he has a normal size tail and it feels weird. I've had Danny Boy for 6 years now. We got him in 2020 in March. So his 6-year anniversary is coming up. And I did want to include a little bit of his cat tree, not too much. Here I decided to change the dimensions. I also realized that my canvas was way too small. I do prefer working on a bigger canvas. I'm not sure why. Actually, maybe I am sure why. If you don't know, I have a Redbubble shop and I upload a lot of my art to Redbubble. As a small artist, I just don't have the money or the time to invest in my business and do everything out of my home, plus all of the maintenance of keeping a website and customer service. And I know this sounds sponsored, but it's not. So I post all my art on Redbubble, and so I like to work on a bigger canvas. There I was just trying to get my measurements right. I changed the color between every layer so that I have an easier time identifying the previous layer, especially because I don't always turn my opacity down all the way. Here I am just adding in a little fur texture, and this to me is when things just started to feel right. Anyway, as a small artist, I put all of my work on Redbubble because they handle everything for you, and I know that I'm like cheating myself because I get a smaller margin, but at least I don't have to handle everything else. And I do run an Etsy page as well where I do take custom orders. I'm actually probably going to stop taking custom orders because that is exhausting communicating with people, constantly sending photo updates. It's just, I don't think it's my vibe. And it's the same reason that I don't really like doing commissions because, like, I love y'all. I love people. I love talking to people, but I don't like working for people. Especially as an artist, I feel like there's a lot of expectations on us to do everything perfect, and I don't know. Do you guys watch Cat and Chat? Her channel is just so amazing. She rambles about so many cool things in the art community. She talks a lot about like AI cheating and stuff like that. You should go check her out. Her channel's really dope. She's actually one of the main inspirations for me getting back into my art. Look, my husband was so nice. He brought me home the winter edition Red Bull because he had to go out for something. So he just handed it to me while I was recording. He's very thoughtful. Yeah, my husband and I, we've also been married for 6 years. We got our cat before we got married, so we've had our cat longer than our marriage. But the summer is going to make 6 years for us. Here I am just sketching in his name because I got a little bored with the sketch, needed to take a little break, and I always go back and forth with his name spelling because sometimes I use the Y and a lot of the times I use the I because it kind of gives me that frat boy energy that I like. Here's where I decided that I liked the I. And I like how it's balanced with the Danny Boy. Danny Boy! He's so handsome. Um, I lost track of what I was talking about, but yeah, I love Danny Boy so much. We just got another cat after not having pets for a long time. Well, we've had Danny Boy, but we've only had one pet, and I just got a cat. His name is Galileo, and he's a stripy little baby. He is so playful. I forget just how crazy kittens are. He literally attacks my ankles. He bit me on the Achilles heel this morning when I was trying to take a nap because I had a headache. He just came up and ate my Achilles heel. Like, bruh. But he's really fun. I love him. He's healed so much of my heart. I didn't know I needed him, but he's perfect. And like he came into our family and he fit in perfectly. The kids love him. He's very gentle. They also understand that they have to be gentle with him. Anytime I tell my daughter, who's 2.5, I say, "Hey, let's leave the kitty alone." She goes, "But I'd be gentle with him. I'd be gentle." And I'm like, I know, but he's a kitten. He don't care. We do everything we can to avoid our kids getting hurt by the cats. Unfortunately, I do think there are some lessons that kids have to learn the hard way, and they do get bapped by the cat every now and again. Not that it is ever acceptable. And we do yell at our cat for it. I don't know, man. I love my cats. They're very friendly, very, very friendly creatures. They both are just seriously so nice. Danny Boy is a huge cuddle bug. He will sit on my chest every night. We have always called him my husband's cat because we got this cat together back in 2020 when we were living with my mother. And originally, here's me realizing that because of the way I did the fur, I can't just fill it in. So I just went in with kind of a messy coloring style. I wasn't too worried about hitting all of the edges or anything. This is a piece that I was kind of just doing for me anyway, so it doesn't matter if it's perfect, it doesn't matter if it's messy. I'm not going to go back in and fill in that corner. I'm going to let y'all know right now. That corner of the ear, it stays white the entire time because one thing about me, I'm lazy and I'm not going back to fix it. I'm not lazy, that's not true. I was just ready to be done painting a cat. Like I said, this is like one of the first times I've ever really tried painting a cat. Um, my other attempts have not really gone so well. I have dabbled with some dogs. I'm just sketching in some of the fur details here. I'm trying to go in with some of those darker browns. Honestly, this ends up looking like a whole different cat by the end of it, and it's not as close to the original as like a more realistic pet portrait might be. This is definitely super, super cartoony. The colors are super, super saturated. I don't know. Something about this piece brought me so much joy, and I'm so happy that it exists. I'm also so glad that I've been diving into things that I haven't been. Do you guys know that the last video on my channel that I posted yesterday got 60 views? And when I saw that, my jaw hit the floor. I was so, because no one expects that. I wasn't expecting that. My previous videos had gotten like 5 views. That was kind of where my long form content was out. And then I've just picked up my iPad again and I've started doing a lot of digital art. And so, if you didn't know, Procreate uses the art that you like, it records everything for you. In the settings, you can see it. You can click share and you can download a full length speed paint, or you can download the 30-second version. And that's been really helpful because the 30-second version is great for TikTok shorts and reels. Although I will say with my portrait, it made it look like it jumps around a lot. Like, I don't know. I use Liquify to get my proportions right. I've really discovered my love for the Liquify tool. Here I am getting sucked into Hell's Kitchen because that's what I watch when I paint. I'm watching the All-Star season. I've never seen it before. And ooh, it is juicy. Some of these guys that I've hated, I still hate, honestly. Jared, looking at you, but I didn't really like him. I don't know. Elise, oh my gosh, she just can't pull her weight. How did this cat painting turn into a ramble about Hell's Kitchen? Speaking of, I'm waiting for that new episode to come out, and it's coming out on the 1st, and I have plans because it's my sister's birthday, because of course she would be born on January 1st. It's not enough to have a whole day to yourself. It has to be a holiday celebrating the new year. I'm just kidding. Tabitha, I love you if you're listening. Happy early birthday, girly. I'm so excited to come hang out with you. And I'm making pasta for everybody at my sister's party. So one thing about me is that I love to cook. I'm really into the kitchen. It's why I watch Hell's Kitchen. One day that's gonna be me. Probably not. But I love to cook. And last year for my sister's birthday, I wanted to do like Olive Garden catering, but girl, it was not in the budget. So I did it at home. I made homemade sauces. I did use some jarred sauce, and I made homemade pasta. These colors look way more vibrant on screen. I still haven't like figured out all of the settings for recording my iPad screen. If you guys have any tips or tricks, please leave them in the comments down below. Your girl needs help. This is where the painting was starting to lose me. I was like, I don't know about this. I just feel like I can't get the colors right. The texture looks off. The highlights are wrong. And I said, just keep going. You can't really mess up a painting you're not vibing with anyway. So you might as well just keep going and push those darks and push those lights. My sister's birthday last year, I made homemade pasta, some homemade sauce, and we served it up buffet bar style, and it was a ton of fun. And so this year she's requested me to cater again. I call it my catering service at this point. I'm going to be making homemade pasta. I'm going to be doing, I think, a house salad. Look at me, I'm so bougie with my house salad. Who is she? So we're going to do a house salad. I'm going to do vegetables on the side. I'm going to make bread. I love making bread. It's super easy. It's super fun. It's something I learned pre-COVID. And then when COVID hit, I was able to make sandwich bread for all of my neighbors who couldn't find sandwich bread in the stores. It was awful. I gave out so many loaves of bread that year, and I never charged for my bread because I didn't feel right doing that in a pandemic when people's kids were home from school. And food insecurity is kind of like a really big thing for me. I get anxious about food. My iPad is doing a lot of shaking because I keep bumping the camera. I'm still figuring out my setup. I'm still so very new to this. In fact, I'm sure this is the first video that actually has good quality audio that's not being blasted by Christmas music, because I forgot that you guys can hear everything around me. So if I have music playing from my speaker from the video, y'all are gonna hear it too. So I'm trying to do better. It's all about slow improvements over here, which is also how I feel about my art. Very slow improvements. I really feel like I have just been trying to take it more seriously. It's why I have been trying so hard to post videos every day. I know I took a 3-week break, but my kids got sick. I got sick. It was Thanksgiving. We were sick. In fact, I'm sure my son still has a snotty nose. We don't even do anything, guys. Like, my kids aren't school age yet. I'm a stay-at-home mom. They don't go to school. How are they always sick? Like, they shouldn't be sick. He kind of looks like a squirrel here. That's so cute. I'm just blending out some of my rougher edges here, and I don't like the way the blend was making it look, so I do switch it to a hairbrush, which, come at me all you want for my hairbrushes. They made the perfect fur today, so I will keep them. I don't use them when doing hair, just fur, I guess. Now here's where things like really started to feel like they were coming together for me. I don't know, something about adding that red just, it inspired me to keep going, to just keep seeing what I could do, to see what boundaries I could push with this drawing. And I think it turned out really great. And I feel like you can see where I'm just like figuring it out. Is that a line all the way across the top? What the heck is that? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so if you guys are still here, shout out, leave me a cat emoji in the chat or something. I don't know if you can even leave emojis in chats on YouTube, but if you have a cat, tell me your cat's name. How old is your cat? Do you paint your cat? That dark green is way darker, I promise. It's so funny watching myself paint. See, I was getting ready to just call it here. I was like, something's wrong. I was like, something doesn't look good enough. Is this where I go in? I went in and wrote his name. Did it way faster this time. I didn't worry about my lines too much. I'm going to go in and outline him here. It breaks up the monotony of having, it's white. It's a white outline. It's not blue. My white balance is so off, y'all. I promise it's white. I should have taken a picture from the iPad. It's going to be on my Instagram though. So make sure you head over to Instagram and give me a follow there, as well as subscribe to the channel here. I appreciate every single one of you for watching. We are getting into the final details here. This is where I go in. This Kendra set I found on Gumroad. I love her stuff. Her brushes serve so many different purposes. Here I am, right there, that brush stroke, that made me think, okay, this is going to look amazing. So I just went through with this hairbrush and I started lightly painting in some of his highlights, and then I just got carried away and I said, oh, let's do it all. Look at how beautiful that darker reddish orange is. That color, oh, I really think it added something so nice to the painting. And his little tabby cat M stripes, I love them. I love my little kitty boy. This cat was supposed to be my mom's. I don't know if I told you guys that, but he came with a brother named Ron. They were going to be named Ron and Bill. But then this kitty started like clinging to me and my husband. I fell in love with him and he just, I don't know, he was just my cat. Like right off the get-go, that was my cat. And so we changed his name, and his full name is Dan Ansem Handsome from American Dad. That's why we call him Danny Boy. And he's the fattest, orangest, most beautiful boy cat. And I'm really thankful to have him, just like I'm really thankful to have you guys here. Thank you if you've made it all the way through the end of my yapping. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I know that most of the viewers on here are not subscribed. Did you know that YouTube tells on you? It tells me that you guys aren't subscribed and you're watching my content? That's weirdo behavior. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, subscribe if you like art. I do a variety of things. I paint what makes me happy. I don't take on commissions very often. It's very rare that I take on any kind of work that I don't want to do. And I really love art. I experiment with all kinds of mediums. I like to do traditional art and I like to do digital art. So if you guys are in the same page, go ahead and follow my channel. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. How many times can I say it? And once again, thank you guys so much for watching my channel. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Okay, bye-bye now.